And the NPP for Ashasiye Kasa. Na yesi utu obi edrobonia ebi kawano. There's a reason why I say she now the one sa air point you obi the rest of your fingers no eba wo so. Today I'm going to show you internal politics and how sometimes in this country internal politics as evil and deadly. Sometimes even more than opponent. So we NPP ni now ye NDC ni a. Obi enim say mutu no mompe mo ho asem. But for all you know no, we NPP ni. Now so NPP ni ankasa na wo ko etia. You see what a lot of people don't know, they say parliamentarians enye ebi mo wo wa enye the mere fact say wo mo ye parliamentarians inti ena ebi a wo mo nya nyama bi a wo mo nya. Sometimes eye committees a wo mo tena so. Committees a wo mo tena so na parliament nso obi a wo committee bi a wo tena so. Inti committees na o mo tena so no. Sa committees no ena ebi mo wo ho a emo mo nya some privileges bi. Inti yemfa ne say obi wo parliament na owo ebia security committee so a the privilege a wo benya ne say you're very close with the security agencies. Inti si ye koba ne say ebia appointment bi ba police mu na we a ono no betumi ama ne nkrofo obi enya sa appointment no obi te say finance committee so a nipa kro no so owo certain privileges bi obi te health committee education committee so a owo certain privileges bi a other parliamentarians no ebia omunya sa privilege no. And aside everything else no, that is how parliament works. Na KT Hammond ababe make revelation bi of NPP MP eye Obuasi West MP a yefe no Kwaku Agyemankwateng. Senia wono KT Hammond elidi ya yeyi papa yi efree finance committee eso. Yes. Abontinsuni yewa yenimsa abontinsuni na yewo. Na oba be hu ne se wo fie ni yewa ya papa yi wa brim. You read the story and then you see the evil in politics. Answer ne beto a story ne so and answer ne beko story ne so no. Meshremo just 30 seconds, right? So wutie me na o problem ene se we fuso. O problem ne se we put you on weight. Unimobia ne fuso. Unimobia we put you on weight. Na opese nipa krono o reduce size and answer nefu no eba for mo. Mesrel link bi e wo comment box ni mo. A link to a book. Na a book a Ghana for bebre na wo mo ato book no omo di adanse e. Ebi mo try within 3 days to 1 week pe. Enyama book no atre se wo mo nya ebema omoefu adwo omoefu a eso no aso ate no omo aye ema omo hu improvement. Currently, the book has 5-star ratings on Amazon. Na ade ameka ene say pe book ni bi nato. Na se wefu so a wefu no beko form. Na book no betre onyama miensa. Se wudi sa nyama miensa ne so. Na se wefu anko form within a month. Bra. Ye do usika be ma. Usika wo de to book no. Ye be return e the amount. That is how we believe in the book. Pe book ni bi nato. Say o click link na comment box ni muna still who send you to me to book na don't worry. Number na wo screen ase no 055-807-4986 free and na WhatsApp yen. So who ni makenkan don't worry. Book no ya kenkan bi aye hu video aye ni twi. Nti na eno ane se wo bo video ni na wo tie but the same price. Nti no no. Now yen concept ni mo o say KT Hammond details how he led parliamentary coup against NPP's Kwaku Kwateng. Also, former Minister for Trade and Industry, Kwabena Tahir Hammond, has revealed that he orchestrated the removal of the Member of Parliament for Obuasi West, Kwaku Agyemankwateng, as chairman of the Finance Committee over what he described as disloyalty to the erstwhile Akufo-Addo government. And you see, it also raises another question. A very important topic. Yebeka wansem. Unse for a very long time. Mama mwati asiye say Ghana has say ye dada ye say ye run politics, but in essence no enye politics na ye. In details no enye politics na ye. Ye autocracy disguised as politics. And I will explain that. You understand why I'm saying that. Also, according to KT Hammond, the Deputy Finance Minister whose committee was responsible for approving tax exemptions for companies under the government's one district, one factory policy, openly opposed the policy introduced by his own government. Once under NPP time, the allegation was that Omokokofa pro-NPP companies are near CMO tax exemptions. Now, for people who don't understand tax exemption, they're very simple. Yen Ghana for yeti krum hano NPP for yen nina hun taxes a womo de babeto yeso. And the COVID levy, e-levy, and the DN levy. Now NPP for no de sa taxes into yesu ye no. Omuko fe tree. Emma companies be allegedly no owned by NPP financiers no. Yesi womo de etuo bi a wose womu tua no, womu ntua. Ana Ghana for tuo, ana Ghana for sika bi. Basically, see, I say ma untua to be not to say yasesa Ghana for sika na dia unsem. Basically, that's what it means. Because I was say ebia me yemfa ne say me obi a me to wache 10 cedis. Na ebia one day my basa me pese me to the same day bia me to wache 10 cedis. Na my basa me be to wache 10 cedis. Na waka trem so dabi 10 cedis na me pese me de to wache. O dey mean keep it 10 cedis. What does it mean? Not to say wache me 10 cedis no me boa. Yes. Into tax exemption, no, that's what it means. Yeah, the Ghana for sika, and the person yeah, the check companies be on MPP, or more also mutia tax, a CMO mutia tax. It is our time, no. In as much as we were speaking against NPP, for there were elements in the NPP party, they weren't happy with certain things and now buying no. Oh yeah, one of them, Patrick Boama. Another person, Papaya, your friend Kweku Kwatin, Obuase. West for MP. You see, publicly, he even criticized Onwane government. And ran no more Bobosian too much. No, publicly, he even criticized them. And he was the leader of the finance committee. KT Hammond say, or her papa adia na warrior, say one penny, Emma Yance Sagana for tour, and NPP companies no, or no KT Hammond say. Who say papa na dia na wo ye no e disloyal to Akufo-Addo government inti olidi e ye papa ni free health finance committee so. As according to KT Hammond, the deputy finance minister whose committee was responsible for approving tax exemptions for companies under the government's one district one factory policy openly opposed the policy introduced by his own government. I said, listen, do you think I am happy with everything that we did during our time in government? When things are happening and you are not happy about them, there is what we call unity in government and loyalty. For those in the NDC, they all follow when they are directed to. But in the NPP, people want to act wise. It is all right to be wise. But when you are overly wise, it becomes problematic. So you have to be patient. If we are in government, and you see certain things you don't like, you can say it gently. Do you think we were happy with everything? But you just have to go in there and say your piece. You don't have to come into the public and spill it all out. Fighting your own government cannot be loyalty. It breeds disunity. He stated in an interview shared by Obuasi TV on Facebook on September 11th, 2025. KT Hammond noted that although the policy had received cabinet approval, the then chairman of the finance committee openly resisted it, a situation that prompted him to orchestrate and lead Kweku Kwatin's removal from the position. Also, Kweku Kwatin was appointed chairman of the finance committee of parliament to oversee government finance policies. Government had a policy where companies whose activities were under my trade ministry were offered tax exemptions. As a tax policy, it was a government policy approved by cabinet and approved by parliament. As chairman of the committee, you had to oversee its approval for government, whether you like it or not. As chairman of the committee, also will approve it. So whether you like it or not, you need to do what your government wants. And you see, that is that. And no nama Ghana ye do baby. These are members of parliament who are in parliament on behalf of Ghanaians. In essence, no, their loyalty is to their constituents of their constituency or the residents of their constituency. the voters in their constituency. Badabi. Senior your politics now, and it is not only on the MPP. That is how our politics has become. Senior your politics ababe dane and neno. You see, what is actually happening now is they are now loyal to their party and they forget about their constituents. Indicate Hammond in some way, what can I say? So we are MP. Now, BB si wa abaimu. Now we pay. I was say we follow abaino. So, how do you call this democracy? How will the country move on well if this is what we want, or if this is what our MPs are doing? They are not thinking about the people. They are not thinking about the country. They are thinking about their selfish political parties. Inti Katie Hammond continues. Osi Kweku Kwatin fought me fiercely that the tax exemptions that my ministry was seeking to support 1D, 1F, you won't support it. You fought me. When I say this, you say that you cancel it, he stated. He added, what I'm talking about is no secret. I reported him to the presidency. I was with the majority leader, Osechi Mensah Bonsu. We go and talk about it. And when we return, the chairman will not budge. Because of that, I personally, through my leadership in parliament and the leaders of our caucus, said, if this gentleman, who is the chairman of the committee, remains, things will collapse. So let's remove him. I was part when we removed him. So you see Katie Hammond plotting against Kweku Kwatin. And then Kweku Kwatin is still in parliament. He is still the current MP for Obuasi West. And the Katie Hammond over here. And that should tell you that Ghana and Krofo Ananka omo MPP mu ananka still omo hwese nanka Ghana be ye ya MPP for ampene no. And the edien na akwa akosi. And the day na on the Kweku Kwatin or parliament still by Katie Hammond. On the constituency ananka obian susu ho da. Se wonu Katie Hammond ye betu etiano. Because Katie Hammond constituency are one of the constituencies are the one here say we need primaries. And as long or as far as he won the primaries, no, he was okay. But look at what happened to him during the election. He lost. A shock you be a. And your new you will be every committee in the sono. Nyankopon Ketia Woditiano, and it was bigger than that. I mean, if you thought that the one district, one factory, Ghana for Enya, a son faso, it was something good, and now person your tax exemption. Why is it that your own member of parliament is rejecting it? It was because Kweku Kwatin who bibi woman who say one district, one factory, tax exemptions now more yan say nim. How do you impose taxes on Ghanaians? Nuisance taxes on Ghanaians, COVID and the likes, e-levy and the likes. Then o say companies be or more companies no more to chia taxes ni bebre na yenye sika no. Or more dia one person mo be chia tax. Or more tax exemption. O cho musika. How? Did it even make sense? Or does it even make sense? Never. Na ono MPP ni se me MPP ni de na so ade a me party ni ye na nya adepa enti me so wie tia me mpene no. Yakwa report ya ma Akufo-Addo ama yeyi ne free ho. Na muyi ni free na mu eyemo se mu ye obi. And then na ma mo party na ni mu egu ase because the well-meaning people of in the party a na nko wo mo ka se na nka nyama bi munyai enyama bi munyai no mu emfi omo and the party no ehe na mo wo. Well-meaning Ghanaians, well-meaning people are no more party ni mu anko mo pe party ni ye no. Muyi omu ni na sinchen and the party no e dey na atomo. Untre mo your comment box ni mo ai me da say.